Good evening, guys. Just as I'm about to go live, I get a message 1 second ago to say that the internet is now gone to poor. Absolutely brilliant timing. I'm just going to check the internet my end. I'm wondering sometimes, is it YouTube's end that causes this problem? I'm going to check the speed my end. But absolutely brilliant timing. It was a couple of seconds before I decided, right, let's go for it. But if there's anybody out there, can you let me know if you can see or hear? Because it looks like my internet connection here is extremely good. So I have a funny feeling again that it might be YouTube's end. We're just going to check the upload speed. And the upload speed is fine. So I'm guessing that it is YouTube's end. It's not my end at all. So good evening, Andy. I'm glad you're here to see to see what happens. It's kind of like do or die. This it's a bit like do or die. Just I was looking at this tactic earlier and like, whoa. Even like these defensive wingers are on support. I did change the ball winning midfielder to a more defensive role. I don't know how that's going to affect things. But I have a funny feeling it's going to end up in mayhem. And I was kind of thinking, should I have a team? Should I have a tactic for lower teams, which would be this attacking mayhem, as you correctly call it? And should I have a tactic which is more defensive for the teams in the top half of the league? You know, your Sheffield Uniteds, your Bournemouths, your whoever it is that we're going to be playing, all those good teams, Leicester's. But if we look at the schedule, I don't think we've got any of those. We've got Sheffield United in there, but I don't know if we should be too afraid of Sheffield United. In the first month, we've got teams who knows what's going to happen, and that goes into the second month as well. There are teams there. Reading maybe are a good team, as we saw last year. But I think we're going to get all these good teams all at once. It doesn't look like it, though. Because for the first couple of months, we don't have big teams that we're playing against. So if we can get off to a good start in the season, who knows what's going to happen. But it is very, very... very, 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 I don't know what to say. We have two players with fitness concerns. I don't know what that quite means. So I've given Kayla a rest. Maybe I should rest Corness as well. But I'm not quite sure who would come in. Maybe Undor can come in for Corness. Can we swap those over possibly? Would that make a difference? Yeah, Undor prefers to be. I think Pert Harris probably as an attacking mid would probably be better doing that role. I don't know. But we do have these two players with fitness concerns, so I'm just kind of wondering, should I be playing? I mean, it's a cup game first against Millwall. And I have rotated the team a little bit. Got Sutter and Bavage up front. Oh, Stutter. Is that his name? Stutter. Yes, Stutter. Got Stutter up front. And he's going to be playing with Babbage. I can't rotate the defence because we don't have any. And I'm hoping that Stephen Jones will land before very long. It doesn't look like the greatest in the world, but we need somebody. And then Josh Bowler is the man I'm desperate for. He will solve the right wing problem, because at the moment we have a desperate right wing problem. And Finlay McAllister, I'm not quite sure why he's there. We don't have him. He's not likely to get him. So we only have Mason Clark. And I'm training up Bradley from wing back to wing. So we have got a positional problem. But hopefully Josh Bowler will come in. Trying to sell some players as well. I don't know if we're going to sell any. It's just Good evening, DA. How are you, my friend? I don't know if we're going to sell any players before the transfer window closes. I have my eye on a couple of people who we could bring in if we could make some money, but it's all about making money. And if we can't sell anyone, this is part of my problem here with Notts County, is that we just don't know. We don't have any money. I mean, that's one of the big problems. Hit early crosses. I thought you were supposed to be doing that. Yeah, I think we'll go back to that. Hit early crosses. Rather than work the ball into the box. It's such a high tempo that probably working the ball into the box is not the best option here at this tempo. Just get it, rifle it up top and see what happens. So the problem is, without any money, you're just gonna get stuck as a mid-table team, and they're never going to give you any money, and nobody's going to come in with 20 million for any of the players that we've got. And so you're hoping that one day you have a fluke season, and that we've got another YouTube error going on here, which is great, and it does mean that I'm way behind on my demo there. If it goes on like this, I can't believe that this has happened like 2 seconds before I went live. All day the internet has been absolutely fabulous. And I do believe it's YouTube's problem. I'm going to check it again because it looks like it's going to be going in and out. Unless somebody here has just decided that they're going to upload something really big, or they're downloading 10 movies or something. No, it looks like my speed here is really good, so I don't understand it. I guess it has to be YouTube's end. Download speed is really good. We'll just check this before I go on. Upload speed has slowed down this end, so I wonder if somebody's doing something here. Yeah, it's the upload speed here is not good enough. So I do apologize, but I'm going to go on, play this game and see what happens. I think I might actually pop it into extended highlights, which we are. Good. And I don't need match sounds, do I? So that we get to see what's actually... The live stream is lagging a little. Yeah, I don't know what's happened. I live in a shared house here. And I guess somebody is doing something in here that's affecting my upload speed. That I think is what's happening. Hopefully they'll finish very soon, and then my upload speed will recover. So I want you to pick up. Yeah, why not pick up where you left off? But I have to go and do some opposition instructions. I'm just tempted just to leave it to the assistant. I don't know why he wants to close down central defenders. We already are telling. So because we have these boys doing a high press anyway. I don't know why he wants to do that, but okay, let's go and see what happens against Millwall. I mean, if we can get off to a good run at the beginning of the season, who knows? And we have 2 months where we're not really playing any big teams, the exception being Sheffield United. So who knows what could happen? But at the moment, we're under the cosh from Millwall. Millwall, of course, are in the same league as us. I actually don't mind going out of the Caribou Cup. It's no big deal to me. Goalkeeper, I thought he was foul there, referee. I thought if somebody touches the goalkeeper, it's a foul. And that's a foul, referee. Come on. Good Lord. Millwall, typical Millwall, putting the boot in already. Right, okay, boys, now come on, settle down. It needs to be a little bit quicker than this. You're supposed to be doing it at an ultra-high tempo, and it's like dreadful. And it isn't going to be the best start, is it? It's going to be a terrible start. So luckily the internet is down, so you won't be able to see any of these poor games that are happening here tonight. And we're dreadfully under the cosh at the moment. I mean, it's like, the line is very, very high. And we don't have any pace at the back. This is something that's extremely worrying. I have absolutely no idea how you got them to top, Andy. I cannot see that happening. I mean, they cannot close down. They've no closing down skills. They can't counterattack. They've got no pace to counterattack. No off the ball movement. They are slow at the back. Their composure is poor. Their decisions are poor. They're going to make tons of mistakes. They need time at the back. I don't know how you did it. You must be the greatest manager in the world, Andy, because I can't see it myself. And if I was setting this up, it would be balanced. It would have no counter press. It'd be probably holding their shape. Not actually counter-attacking and getting out of shape. We're actually being told by the game here that we're having an absolute pasting. The game is telling us that. We haven't been in their half yet for all our attacking intention. Game's just saying, no, I'm going to give you a good hammering today. I actually don't mind losing in the Caribou Cup, as I keep saying, because when you're at this level, you're not going to win it. It's going to be a very, very cold day in the tropics before you win the Caribou Cup. It does happen sometimes. Very, very rare, though. So you're not probably going to win it, so get out of it. It's just another weekday fixture that you can do without. And this, unless Millwall score soon, because they're absolutely hammering us, it looks like this might go to penalties, which is so FM, isn't it? So FM. And so we're not going to score by the look of it, but having said that, oh my lord, we haven't had a shot on target yet. We've had 6 shots and none of them have been on target, and Stutter has got himself injured, so Langstaff will be making an appearance. Well, we starting to create a chance or two. Come on, boys, come on. Is it going to be Langstaff's day? Alfie Bavidge, 6.4. Here we go again. The midfield left is playing badly. It's the front players again playing badly. Come on, FM. You can do better than this. Oh, Alfie Bavidge, who I was just talking about on a 6.4, having a really bad game. And goalkeeper's got a 7.1. You are quite right. And keeping us in it. And now, after what I would say was an absolutely chronic start, we've gone and taken the lead. But for all Millwall's highlights, all the match momentum is Notts County. So sometimes this game doesn't make any sense to me. When I have a look at the stats, it's... Oh, come on, referee. That was a bit of a foul as well. There's 3 times they've got away with a foul like that. But if we have a look at the stats, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, they've had 5 shots, 2 on target. They haven't had any possession, though. I mean, we've had all the match momentum. How did they manage to get 5 shots with no possession at all? We've had 8 shots and only 1 on target, 74% possession. It just didn't seem like that at the beginning, that we were dominant in the game. It didn't seem like that to me at all. And it felt to me like Millwall were the dominant team. But I don't know what I was watching, but they weren't. So come on, boys, let's get another goal before half-time. That'll be quite nice. That'll cheer the manager up and cheer Andy up, because he likes it when his tactic works. And let's get ourselves comfortable. Piet Harris has got tired. These boys are not fit. I mean, mind you, this tactic is like going to take it out of them. They are going to get exhausted by about 70 minutes. High press, counter-attacking at high tempo, the highest settings. They're going to be exhausted. Oh, there's the equaliser. So FM this. Who thinks this is going to penalties? Who thinks this is going to penalties? I mean, another silly error. So, should we be... I've asked my defenders to dribble less as well. I've given them all an instruction, dribble less. And I'm going to tell them off. Our shooting has not been good enough. Absolutely dreadful. Get out there and do better. Where is Langstaff? 6.7. Struggling to meet the pace. I think anybody would struggle to meet the pace of this tactic. I don't know what you've done here, Andy. But let's let the game do what it does. This running as well at the defense, I worry about that, because their dribbling is like 8.2 overall. You've got run at defense. Like passing and vision are average about 9. You've got them be more expressive. I'm not quite sure about this. I honestly don't know how you did it. Look at this. 10 shots, only 1 on target. It's chronic. 11 now. So let's go and lose it now. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose it now. You can't win games with that kind of statistic. Except if you're Manchester United. I mean, Manchester United's finishing this afternoon was unbelievably poor. And Garnacho, everybody raves about Garnacho. United fans rave about him. He is so selfish. And he can't shoot. He's like so selfish. Pass it. And if you're not a natural goal scorer, don't shoot every time. And Garnacho really winds me up. He might be young, but if he doesn't learn that, he's finished. I was actually wondering, I was watching the game today. There it is. Oh, you missed it. I was watching the game today and watching them play, and I was actually wondering, are all the Manchester United strikers on goal bonuses? Is that what the problem is? And if that is the problem, maybe they should put all the United front players and midfielders on assist bonus. How is this happening? And so, like, if they put them on assist bonuses, then it will. Well, then what they will do is look for someone they'll want to get the money from assisting, and so they'll pass for a change. So put Garnacho on a really high assist bonus, and he might start playing a little bit better. And the same goes for Rashford. Put him on an assist bonus, really high. And then that'll teach him. So like twice as much as his goal bonus is. So, yeah, but if you put them on assist bonuses, they're not going to shoot. They're going to look for someone instead of shooting at the moment, because they're on goal bonuses. They all want to score all the time. So put them on assist bonuses, and then they're all going to want to assist. And the only one who should be on a goal bonus is Højlund. Put him on a goal bonus, and all the others on assist bonuses. That'll do it. and then they'll stop shooting. The worry is that they might be on the goal line ready to tap one in. They might look for a pass, but you could give them a small goal bonus and then a massive assist bonus. I don't know. They just are so greedy, so selfish. So, let's have a look. Have I got a central defender here? Because he's not playing very well. Mason Clark, he's doing alright. The two midfielders are doing alright. The left winger is dreadful. So we'll give Owen Beck a run out there. Langstaff, I can't take him off, he's only just come on. The two midfielders probably later on. I think we'll leave it at that for now. The two midfielders are probably going to need to come off. They're working their socks off. So I've been doing another one of those tactic saves. I'm working with Stefan's 4-4-2. And interesting 4-4-2. Here is this the equaliser? They probably deserve it. Yeah, too easy. Way too easy. So I've been, like, the gaps that he has between the lines, it's like, I don't know how he's getting results, but he has got decent results in the first two that I trialled. But he's got huge gaps. And our defence, for having a much higher line, we had an extremely deep defence there. Did you notice that? The game can't show exactly what's going on or what should happen, because this is supposed to be a much higher defensive line. Go on, yes! And we were actually... Is it going to be given offside? Or is that given? It's offside. And actually, our defensive line was on the 6-yard line. And that's extremely deep. That's not a high line. So the game can't actually show... The graphics can't actually show what they should be doing. Unless my defenders are really that so bad they don't know what a high line is. And they don't know what a lower line of defense is. But the 3 defenders were on the 6-yard box. That's not a much higher line. So and that's why he was able to pick the ball up. Oh, come on, FM. This is not nice. This is not nice, FM. It is a nasty game, isn't it? It's such a nasty game. Yeah, okay, so you want us to lose, do you? Piet Harris is tired. Let's bring Corness on. And Mason Clark now is having a bad game, but we'll have to bring Connor Bradley on them. That was like horrid by FM. And they're going to give Millwall the winner, are they? Gotta love this coding. What a horrible game it is sometimes. Come on, boys, come on. Come on. The disallowed goal I didn't think was offside. The one that hit the post. And we've just totally dominated them again. And just like I predicted right at the beginning, I did ask you all at the beginning, do you think this is going to penalties? This is so FM, isn't it? It's so FM. It is like FM at its finest. Of course, your first game in the Carabao Cup is going to penalties. Here we go. Oh, lucky I brought Langstaff on them. Let's go for composure. Ndor, Fitzgerald, Corness, good composure. Bavage. Connor Bradley then. Robinson. I tell you what, like, do you know if any bookies will take odds on you predicting the outcome of FM? Because I would make a fortune. I would make an absolute fortune because I'm so good at predicting FM. If they actually like gave me odds on, do you think this match is going to a penalty shootout? I'd make a fortune. Like always, the first game. This is so FM. And it's like, why do you have to do that? It doesn't have to go to penalties, FM. It really doesn't. It doesn't. No. Not all cup games go to penalties. No, they don't. No. Come on, Beck. You got this. No, you haven't. We're going out of the cup. Ben is like a mystery to me. He was, I don't know why. Oh, saved. I don't know where he is, what he's doing. He did text me a couple of times saying he's working hard on his tactic. But that's not the idea. The idea is to submit your tactic, not to work at it to try and beat the system. I'm working on Stefan's tactic at the moment. There's another guy who said his tactic's doing really well with Inter Milan, and he wants to see what it would do. So that's more the idea, but I don't know what Ben is doing. I think he's trying all three saves and trying to get a tactic that will dominate all three saves, I think. But that's the last text I had from him. I don't know. I haven't seen him in the streams for something like 2 weeks now. Hi, Stefan. Just talking about you. And so I won't be saying any more because I was talking about your tactic testing. So far, I will let you know, I've done 2 of them, and so far it's not bad. It's not leading, but it's not bad. I was actually looking at your 4-4-2, Stefan, and I was thinking, you've got big spaces between the lines there. You've got big spaces, especially between the midfield and the defence. Big gaps. But it did okay, to be fair. Oh, the goalkeeper should have saved that. We do have decent players coming up in 5, 6 and 7. Oh, well, decent-ish. That's it then, we're going out, are we? This is just so FM. First cup match has to go to penalties. It's like an FM rule. Now you should have saved 2 of their penalties. I need a big save from you now. No, we're out. Well, it's not a bad thing getting out of the Caribou Cup. We should have won that. And you're a disgrace to Notts County Football Club. That's what I would tell them in the dressing room after. You're an absolutely disgrace to the club. And I don't know how you've got the nerve to think that you can put the shirt on next time. That's what I would actually tell them. Absolute disgrace. Should have won that. 76% possession. 3 times as many shots as they had. They should have won it. Okay, well anyway, we're out. What's the schedule? What's the schedule saying? 4 days. So we will... Yeah, and I think I'm not quite sure. But so far the tactic's done okay. It's not leading, but you've got one to go. I've got one more to test, and yours will be going up on Saturday. It's an interesting tactic, I'll give you that, for a 4-4-2. Because I play a 4-4-2, I like to play tight lines. So to have a much higher, well, not a much higher, a higher line, and a higher defensive line as well. Sometimes play a mid-block with a 4-4-2 just to condense the midfield. But it's interesting to have those big spaces between the defense and the attack. It's really quite interesting. Okay, so I need to rest the team. I don't know why I rest them. Should just make them play exhausted after that kind of rubbish performance. Just go out there in wheelchairs. Okay, so we got Wolves next, have we? Yeah, we should be very disappointed. We were the much better team, but we know that FM doesn't work that way. So it doesn't matter that we were the much better team. We're always the better team. Always. But FM doesn't work that way. It's like too bad. I can't believe this game has gone back so far. It's gone back so far. He's a regular starter, is he? Such a talented young player. I didn't realise he was that good. I thought he was going to be like a squad player. He's a regular starter. How old is he? 18. He doesn't need registering. Stephen Jones. I don't think we can get a look at his why is it saying unregistered? He doesn't need registering. He's 18 years old. He actually looks quite good, actually. His first touch is really good. In fact, he's probably the best we've got. I didn't know he was this good. I couldn't see his attributes before. His value is 21 to 31 million. He doesn't need registering. Yep, okay. How old is he? He is 18 years old. I don't need to register him. This game has gone nuts. He's under 21, but he's not registered. Why is he 18 years old and it's not saying he's under 21? This is crazy. How can an 18-year-old be over 21? That doesn't happen often. To be fair, DA, I think the tactic's going to be found out in all of the fixtures. It's found out against Millwall. If you can't score, then it's not going to work for you. You need forwards. If you're going to attack that much, you have to have players who can score. So let's have a look at the squad. He's 18 years old. He doesn't need registering. Unless he's 81, unless it's got it the wrong way around and he's actually 81 years old. Why does he need to be registered? I have to take somebody out. That's the game cheating. The game is actually cheating because I'm going to have to take someone out now. Because I don't have enough central defenders. Who's Mella? A forward. I probably need forwards. Josh Adam. Who is he? Rubbish. Take him out. I shouldn't have to register him. He's 18 years old. It's like, come on, that's why I brought him in. Good evening, Ben. We were just talking about you. Andy was asking, where on earth are you these days? It is actually crap team. The tactic isn't that bad, but the team is dreadful. Ah, boy. And the problem is, if you can't score goals, you ain't going to win in any attacking contests. You have to be defensive. Praises Matt Langstaff's mentality. Oh my God. Are they telling me I've got to play Langstaff? Who should I... Stephen Jones. Now he's in. Mengi. Bolter. Kellicott. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try. But I will check. I will... Bowler gone to Preston. Oh, you're joking. I still don't have a winger then. Is that where? Yes, Preston signed Bowler. I don't have any wingers. The game is really being nasty to me at the moment, isn't it? Well, do what you like. If you don't want me to have a winger, we won't have one. Oh, and we can't sell Lisgang either. Oh no, he's made an offer to loan. I'm not loaning him. When the club's going to get the message, I don't want to loan. I've put not available for loan. I did that. I put not available for loan. Oh, and suddenly it's now. No status set. Ooh, this game. You got to watch this game. Okay. So Bowler is not coming. It still means I don't have any wingers. Well, okay. We'll just do whatever you want. Because my scouts have found no one else. There is no one that they found who can play on the right wing. And we have just like 20 days left in the transfer window. Barry Bavage. I actually don't think his team is the best thing to actually be doing here. Bavage is not a pressing forward. Barry is not that good. What the hell is going on here? Both of them are... He's not a pressing forward either. So, Stutter will have to play. He's the only pressing forward we have as well. Bavage, definitely not. It's where you played... What, you played Bavage as a pressing forward, Andy? Mason Clark, I mean, yeah, he is a striker, but... He's the best winger. Bradley he can't even play there. So I got to wait until he's ready. This is a mess, an absolute mess. Cornes, Kayla, Fitzgerald. Quite frankly, I prefer Fernandez on the left wing as well. Okay, we'll go with that. I don't know why the game's decided my scouts are not going to find right wingers and then go and sell Bowler to someone else. There's like, what is going on here? So he definitely wants, let's do it then, whatever you want. But we're not going cautious. And we're not playing with a low block. That defeats the object of everything if you play with a low block. And To be frank, I wouldn't know what to do. We don't really need to block out the midfield with tons of players in midfield. These ball-playing defenders as well, they worry me. That's why I've asked them all to dribble less. Like, can you imagine having 3 central defenders who can't dribble playing as playing defenders, all dribbling out? Oh my god. So hopefully they won't dribble. This is going to be, against Wolves, I think this is going to be an annihilation. Especially if we don't take our chances. If we don't take our chances, we're done. The team are all very pleased with the setup though, Andy. Yeah, I mean, I will play him there. Eventually, he has to be the second winger. Got nothing to lose. But just right, against Wolves, you want me to play somebody who can't play on the wing, Like, we're vulnerable as it is. We're extremely vulnerable down the flanks as it is, and you want to put a winger on who can't play on the wing. Let's get more vulnerable. Hey, Dexter. I got a funny feeling this might be a 5-0 defeat. I've got a funny feeling. We're going to have some of those this season, and this might be one of them. Although I did say that the first couple of months, the 5 fixtures we have here are not that scary, but then Millwall was one of those. And we should have beaten Millwall, so I don't quite know what the game is up to at the moment. Have you got, in this tactic, get stuck in turned on, Andy? Oh my god, the passing is dreadful now. Because I think we should have get stuck in turned on, because it would actually complement the very aggressive. Look at this passing. There's 2 within a few seconds. Oh, closing down was poor. Yeah, this could be a heavy, heavy defeat. So I just feel that if you have get stuck in turned on, oh, it is on. Yeah, because you're quite right then, because that would actually complement the total aggression. But you're going to get players sent. I mean, the passing is just dreadful at the moment. Passing is awful. I'm going to go narrow to try and see if we can't get our passes to feet here. It's definitely not the vertical axis that's the problem. It could be the horizontal axis that's causing the passing problem. But my guess is it's the tempo. I did say I've got a funny feeling this will be 5-0. I could be sacked by Christmas. which actually won't be a bad thing. Because Notts County are going nowhere. I don't know why the lines are so deep as well. Like what I'm seeing. Did you see where that line was? They're not pushing up on them at all. We were just outside the 6-yard box. So why are the lines so deep? For a much higher defensive line. Not pushing up on them at all. And that's the second time I've noticed that. Look, the defence is backing off. Where's it going? It's supposed to push up. That was a bit better. It was out. Well, it should. If it's much higher, it should be outside the penalty area. Yeah. This is not going to be our day. I wonder what's like. We might end up losing all these 5 games that I have actually identified as possibilities. We might end up losing them. Wolves was one I thought we could get something out of. Hey, Arda. It's only 1-0 though. It's not out of the game yet. If we can score a goal, maybe. Oh, just get robbed. Playing narrower seems to be suiting us better. A little bit. I wonder if I should go a little bit more narrow. Defensively, we look terrible. See the space down these. I don't know how to deal with that. There's one of them. Where they're attacking, he needs to be on a defend duty. And they scored their goal from the right hand side, didn't they? Let's put him on a defend duty. Try and stop them. They're not causing problems down the left, they're causing problems down the right. And if there's just no cover in all that, the countryside out here is empty. Just dragging across the left central defenders having to go out there. Which is leaving a big gap in the middle then. So the only time we're ever going to win one of these games is if the forwards just decide they're going to have the best game that they've ever had. It's the only time we're ever going to win. And I don't know how often that's going to happen. Look at him, 6.5, 6.5. Forwards are not very good. In fact, none of them have got any finishing, have they? They've only got like 12 finishing. One of them's got, Langstaff's got some finishing, but you know what I feel about playing him. Might be his season. He's offside. Missed anyway. His finishing is 11, isn't it? No, it's 13. But that's not very good finishing. Come on, you're on your own, Mengi. Do not dribble, I've told you. Do not dribble. And what are you doing? Getting yourself in a mess by dribbling. Look at the space out here. There's massive acres of space. If we lose the ball, we are in big trouble down the right hand side. There's masses of space out there. Promotion, I would say relegation is more likely. I would think, looking at how the season's going, I'll be sacked before Christmas. That's what I think this year. Yeah, offside again. The game's being nasty at the moment. Game's being really nasty at the moment. We've only had one shot, though. We can't complain. We haven't had any possession. Louis Barry and Bavage are playing like they've never seen a football before. Stephen Jones, the brand new signing, is on a 6.4 as well. Oh, you've been terrible, all of you. Anybody 6.5 or under. In fact, everybody. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on a 6.4. Get your act together. Unbelievable. 5 players on a 6.4. Time for Langstaff. He went down to 6.3 there just after the break. Promotion, no chance. Not unless the game does something really stupid. Absolutely no. So like I said, even if we played with a tactic that's not quite so attacking, not quite so risky, it's at best always going to be a mid-table team. At best. You are never getting out of mid-table because you're never going to have any money. And even though we're trying to sell players during this window, we cannot sell anyone. Nobody wants them. They've got no pedigree. Why would they want them? But you'd think that somebody like Leesgang, I've got both Leesgang and Lukic up for sale, and nobody wants them. And you'd think that people would want those 2 goalkeepers. But they don't. They don't want them. So it's really strange what is going on here. What are you doing? Oh, it's time for some of the... Look, 6.3, 6.3. Let's berate them to make me feel better. So I shouldn't do that, because as a motivator, that berate button isn't going to have any effect, but it makes me feel better. The game is just playing with me at the moment. It's keeping it 1-0 when we should be a lot further behind. And it'll make it 2-0 before the end of the game. Give us a few chances to make me think that we're still in it. And then make it 2-0 before the end of the game. It's just toying with me. Right. This whole front line has got to come off, but I don't think I've got enough forwards to do that. Look, 6.3. I haven't got another central defender on the bench. I haven't got anyone. Well, we've got Undor, who's supposed to be one of my very good players, on a 6.4. Everybody's playing bad. I have no idea what to do here. I haven't got any strikers. Stutter, is he a pressing forward? Yeah. Langstaff, let's change the forwards. And the 2 midfielders can go... If I had midfielders. What has he done here with this bench? And Owen Beck. I mean, I have to bring a central defender on. But he hasn't put a bloody central defender on the bench. Isn't that what FM does? Soon as it knows you haven't got a central defender on the bench, it either injures him or he has an absolute stinker. I'm going to put a left back, a left winger on there. Can't play any worse. Let's put Fernandez. Play him as a wide centre back on support. Because he can't play any worse. And even the goalkeeper's having a shit game. Is like the game's just winding me up at the moment. We should have beaten Millwall. We're nowhere near in this game. And now I've used my 5 subs. There's going to be an injury coming here. One of these 2, I guess, because they're really tired. This is not working out, Andy. What can I do? I don't know how you got them to top of the league. Explain to me, Andy, how did you do it? Team rotation, definitely bad. What do you mean, don't rotate the team? Come on, Wolves, you're supposed to make it 2-0 before the end of the game. Are we going to pinch a point here? I don't think so. It's that man Langstaff. He's offside though, is he? Yeah. Oh, the game is horrid. That's like twice you've done that. Let's did that against Millwall, an offside goal. And it did it now today as well. The game just thinks it's being smart. But eventually, I know eventually it will do something. It'll turn it around. So let's just keep going. You're not being smart, game. You're just looking foolish. It's too predictable. Well, I still think Wolves are going to get the second before the end of the game. Picked a team, retrained them for new positions and locked them into the team. That's maybe what I'll do then. Just lock them into the team. Because rotating them and playing them in their proper positions is not working. Oh boy. So let's so pick a team. He probably has to play up front, doesn't he? But he's only got 12 finishing as well. And Langstaff actually looks like he's the best of the bunch up there. So we'll pick what we think is a first team and we'll just lock it in. So we have to have this Stephen Jones in there because he's rated highly. And he looks, attribute-wise, better than anybody that I've got. Bolton is also rated very highly. So those three. And then, guys, you guys have been calling for Bradley on the wing. But if I put Bradley on the wing, we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play the other boy up front. Not Piet Harris, is it? Is it Piet Harris? You guys keep wanting to put up front, I guess. And then the Sutter, though, is actually the best player at the moment. Sutter's one of the boys who's playing well. So Piet Harris is playing well as well. Connor Bradley's playing quite well. The rest are absolutely shoddy. And then, who's my midfield? Cornice and well, I guess they are the best three in midfield. That's it. And then pick a bench. So you'd have Mason Clark is also a forward, isn't he? Advanced forward. But he doesn't have, he's also a winger. So let's put him as the winger, Mason Clark. Piet Harris can then be, because he's playing quite well, as opposed to the others who are not playing very well at all. Josh Robinson, he's a central defender, midfielder. He's got a bit of a, he's not very happy though. He wants to leave. I'm trying to sell him, so no point in putting him in. How much money? Absolutely nothing. 371,000. But it's not that. It's the wage budget is the problem. I have to sell players. I don't have room in the squad for registration. I have to sell players, and if the game is not willing for me to sell players, then there's nothing I can do. I can't like register players anymore. I don't know why I had to register Jones. He's 18 years old, and I had to register him. The game is playing silly, really silly games. So even if I brought somebody in, I'd have to get rid of somebody because I have no space in the registration, because the game won't let me put an 18-year-old as unregistered. So I still got, like, he's unregistered, but that's because I want to sell them. But they're just sitting there. All of them. Can't sell them. Kayla. Now I've got like so many left wingers. I've got hundreds of left wingers, but no right wingers. Fernandez is probably the best player on the left wing, I would say, not Beck. But I've also got like Beck's a left winger. Di Vibora is a left winger. Christine is a left winger. Louis Barry is a left winger. But I've got tons of these boys, but no right wingers. And if I can't sell anyone, I can't bring anyone in. No wages and no room in the squad. Yeah, I've seen the glitch, but I'm not about to cheat. That's, I mean, the glitch is really easy to do, isn't it? You pick a player and make an offer for him and make that a fee of 0. Add installments. We'll make 6 installments. 120,000. And there's one more, isn't there? After 50 league appearances, we'll give and then maybe it's not working anymore. That's good news. So maybe the glitch isn't working anymore. It does kind of like, but the problem that I have is that the game can do that. And nobody like accuses the game of cheating. The game can actually do whatever it wants, and nobody accuses the game of cheating. But if you do something a bit untoward, then you're accused of cheating. But the game is just messing up something chronic at the moment. And like that, not allowing me to have him in my squad as an 18-year-old and having to register him, I'd say I'd accuse the game of cheat. I'd say that's a cheat. There is no logical reason why he has to be registered. He's 18 years old. So I guess that's it. That's the bench. And we just run with that team. That is the best team, and we run with it and see what happens. I had hoped that this would be a good month, but we've lost our first 2 games. These are teams that we should be beating, and we've lost our first 2 of them. I think sacked before Christmas. Let's just go and get sacked. I'm actually not unhappy about it, getting sacked, because where's Ben gone? Has Ben disappeared again? Because there's nothing that we can actually do with this Notts County team anymore. What do I want to do here? I was going to do something, but I can't remember what it was. When's the next fixture? Oh, it's a long way away. Oh, there it is. So getting sacked is probably the best thing to that can actually happen. Again, like Lukic, I've also said I don't want him to be. He's not available for loan, but it's been switched back, is it? Yeah. Unavailable for loan. Stop it. So they're willing to come in and loan players, but they're not willing to buy players. And FM said they were going to sort this out, but they haven't. In fact, they've made it worse. It's harder to sell players now. Who's this geezer? I don't want to purchase him. But Bristol City are never going to loan him to me. I need a defensive winger. And there isn't one available. Shea Lacey would do the job, but he's not a defensive winger, though. He's not going to do the job. See what my director of football can come up with. Who's Destiny Ojo? A striker. I don't need a striker. What's the point? How much is his salary? 800. Well, it's not gonna. He can go in the reserves. Happy to have signed such a good player. I disagree with the fans there. Mention I've accepted the loan offers for Finlay McAllister from Birmingham and Millwall. Well, let's go and try and get after him then. Should be tested in a different environment. Yeah, they're not willing. The game is not willing. It wants me to have no wingers. Recommend a right winger, please. So, Corness as the ball-winning midfield. Corness, he can't win the ball. Beck left, Bradley right. Are you sure? Okay, we'll go with that then, Andy. Beck left, Bradley right. Bolter, Robinson and Mengi. Robinson's got the ump. But Jones is going to get the ump if he doesn't play, because he's and he's much better than anybody. He's like the man. First touch 16, tackling 15. His marking isn't great, but then none of them can mark. Technique 14. Aggressive, can close down, brave. Good positioning. He's the man. He's got to play. Bolter, Robinson and Mengi. Bolter, somebody was saying, is absolutely essential. Corness as the ball-winning midfielder. He can't win the ball though, Andy. He can't tackle. Tackling 8. How did you get away playing him as a ball winner? His tackling's 8. He's not very aggressive. He's not even brave. I can't do that. Fitzgerald at least can do it. No, he can't tackle either. He can't tackle, but if you're saying that you got them up to first position by March using this system, then we go with it. Fitzgerald left middle as the box-to-box, Ndur as the Mazzala. Ndur as the Mazzala. Up front, Barry and Stutter up front. There we go. Sometimes though, like you could, if you ran it with your assistant, you can get lucky. He's made an offer for Lewis Phillips. Another forward, just what we need. I don't think so. Sometimes, like, you can do a save. Like, it's interesting looking at these Brighton ones that I'm doing. One or two clubs are doing okay, and then somebody else's tactic is absolutely terrible. And if you run it again, it will do fine. So sometimes the game just doesn't make any sense, unfortunately. You might just have got one of those lucky ones, Andy, where it rotated. It rolled the dice and it came up like maybe the algorithm said you've got a 6-to-1 chance of doing well. It rolled the dice and came up with that one. I don't know. I lost the ability to work out how this game works anymore. When it was FM22, I knew how to play the game. I just don't think I know how to play the game anymore. What I'm seeing on the pitch, it doesn't make any sense. If you look at these guys, this is a much higher line. They should never be defending on their 6-yard line. Never. And it's like saying your defenders don't understand what a high line is. They would be defending like Manchester City, yards outside their penalty area. That is not a high defensive line that I'm seeing in the graphics. So I don't know what it's doing. Unless it's just saying, well, you haven't learned the tactic yet. But for me, that's not how it works, because these guys should be able to know, at this level, should know what a high line is. No more than 5 lone players, currently 6. Okay, we can sort that out. We can take off Bavage there. We can sort that out. And the fact that it's switched the strikers off, I mean, Langstaff seems to be playing the best of all the strikers, and he was absolutely rubbish last season. So I don't know why suddenly he's become a really good player. It just doesn't make any sense to me anymore. And I hope this is not what they're basing FM25 on, because there's going to be a lot of disappointed people if we're just going to have more of the same of this. Because you want the game, when you're playing the game, you want it to make sense. If you're new to the game, it doesn't matter. You have no idea what you're watching. But I'm watching this back line, and at the moment it's high, and they are moving forward, which is good. That's not much higher. They should be a long way. In possession, it's not going to tell us much. So one of these days, it's going to let my strikers score goals as well. One of these days. They're defending too deep. That's better. They're moving up slowly. So that's better. That's a higher line. It's not a much higher line, but it's a higher line. I don't know. Are we going to just like suddenly win this for no reason now today? What was that? I'm not quite sure, but we got a corner out of it. Yeah, maybe your assistant manager is just awesome, Andy. I don't know. But I'm leaving as much as I can to the assistant. I did make some changes. Maybe I should take off the dribble less from the central defenders. 349 days on holiday. And 1,469 days as the manager. That's actually quite a good ratio, Andy. Joe Rothwell has been injured for them. Where does he play? Is he a centre mid? I think we should be hard tackling him. It's a nasty thing to do, identify an injured player and then tell your players to hard tackle him. But anything that works. So we really need to get some points on the board here. I don't want to go the whole episode not winning, but we are the better team at the moment. We've created the most chances. We have dominated possession. Well, not dominated it, but we've had more possession. XG is slightly better. We are the better team at the moment. But I wish we could score a goal or two. I mean, for an attacking tactic, we don't score many goals. In fact, I don't think we've scored one this episode, have we? Have we scored? And for get stuck in, he just allowed the player to take the ball off him there. Scott Twine blast from the past. Well, we defended that okay. Yeah, it's not starting to look not so good now. Goal behind. I'm pretty sure we're going to be sacked by Christmas time. Absolutely certain of it. The way we're playing. They've had one shot. How come when we have 6 shots and 1 on target, we never score? They've had 6 shots and 1 on target and have scored. How come it never happens the other way? Well, we're back in it, I suppose. Who is that? Langstaff? Oh no, he's not playing, is he, Langstaff? I want him to play this season. So, if you had 1,469 days as the manager, did you actually play any of this season, Andy? Or were the 1,469 days that you played it before this season? I don't understand that either. My understanding of things is not working out at the moment. But let's just tell these boys that they're absolute rubbish, and I don't know why I bother being the manager of this team, because you're absolutely shocking. And then get out there and get a victory. I mean, in all fairness, this is a League One team. It's not a League Championship team. But the squad is a League One squad. It's nowhere near good enough to be a Championship team. So in all fairness, they're not doing too bad. But we've absolutely dominated this game. And FM is being a fool again. Okay. It looks like you've spent a lot of time managing them, Andy. 1,469 days. That's like 4 years. And 1 year on holiday. Right, let's make some changes. But we'll go along with your plan. Look at this, Louis Barry, dreadful. Langstaff, you're the man. Ndor, absolutely shocking. Stephen Jones, terrible. So much for the great hope at the back. Those three are doing okay. It's the defence that's poor this time. Tiredness. Beck, probably. Mason Clark. Let's keep one. We might finish mid-table, who knows, but it's just really frustrating when you can't move on. When you know that the team's, that's it. That's as far as you can go. There is nothing more you can do. And the game is just telling me you can't. You're not allowed, because I'm not going to let you sell players to make money, to replace players. You can do nothing. One of those two, Fitzgerald or Beck. Let's try Chrisine out there. Oh, we do have a free kick though. Corness. I wonder if we've got a better set piece taker. Should I just go and get a better set piece taker in? Set piece coach. Oh, okay, yeah. That would explain it, Andy. Because it would be the first 3 seasons, wouldn't it? Yeah. That would explain it. Oh, we got a point. No, we didn't. Oh. I forgot about FM's late highlights. Yeah, well, it's a fair result, I think. It's very, very even. 50-50. Just about. I think we've just about shaded it. In turn, because we've had more shots on target. But we just can't score goals at the moment. But that will change. At some point, the switch will come on. But it's not now. We're not being allowed to score goals at the moment. At one point, their game will put that switch on and we'll start scoring goals for about 6 games. But not yet. This was the one game that I thought that we probably wouldn't win in this episode. That was the one game that we probably wouldn't win. And we haven't actually won any games. But yet somehow we're still in 9th. Leicester coming up. That's changed. Leicester weren't there earlier. So Leicester, Millwall, Hull, I think 3 defeats. 3 defeats that should be. And then we'll be facing the sack then. But we keep doing what we're doing. Sometimes I think that maybe resting them is a problem. I should just let them go and play exhausted, because other teams play exhausted and they don't seem to have any problems winning. So maybe, who's this guy? Billy Blacker. No, thank you. We don't need someone who we should sign only as a last resort. Took over for the season 20 and just, I don't know, if you didn't go on holiday then. Yeah, well, this is live, so I've never been on holiday for a day, have I? It's like, you've seen every single day. Oh, who's this geezer? Only sign as a last resort. No, thank you. Unless you're going to find me some decent players. I need a decent right winger. Unless you're going to do that, I'm not interested. I mean, come on, Andy. It wasn't so bad. We haven't done so bad. Title in the first season. Title in the second season. 9th in our first season in the championship. It's just, there's nothing more that we can do. Absolutely nothing more that we can do. Who's Jack Fletcher? He's no good to me. I need a right winger. Sam Curtis. Fullback. The game is not going to give me a right winger, is it? The one that I found, it said, no, you can't have him. No, we're going with the same team. We've got to get them into shape. Is there a right winger in there? He could be a right winger. Is he available? He's not available for loan. Oh, thank you, game. It's extremely difficult. I knew this all the way along, and I don't know why the game allowed us to do so well. I really don't. The team was not good enough. You can't, no matter how good your tactic is, you can't do that well if your team is not good enough. And you can't, I mean, it's low block for this kind of tactic. What is this assistant manager on? I got to get rid of him, haven't I? Kayla can we'll have one of our own in there. That's an issue, because he will probably, if we don't play him, he's going to be going back. No, we don't do never press. And I, like, my assistant manager all through last season was saying nobody's expecting us to win. We're getting the same thing every time in this season. So it's like you're just stuck. And if you can't buy players to improve your team, you're going to be stuck. Have they got a red card? No. Just a talking to. A red card would have been handy. But again, it's doing something very strange, because even if we lose this, we'll still be mid-table. And it will maybe just keep us in mid-table. Well, it certainly hasn't flicked the switch to score goals yet. Because that was just absolutely horrendous. Was that going to be the best that we can do today? So you're giving a goal kick that looked like a corner to me. Well, we're being soundly beaten at the moment. Unless we're going to FM them, we're being absolutely soundly beaten at the moment. The only chance we have is FMing them. No, it hasn't switched us back on yet. We've not been switched back on. It's interesting that it gave us, like, the game is really predictable. It gave us the first game of the season, 4-2 against Rotherham, where I actually thought we were very lucky. But it usually gives you the first game of the season, and then the second game of the season, Caribou Cup. Of course, it's going to go to penalties. It always goes to penalties. And the games, and then suddenly the game has said, right, okay, you've had your 2 games now. Flick the switch because you ain't scoring any goals anymore. And suffer. So it's just going to play the way that it's going to play. And that's why I want FM24 back, because at least FM24 gave you a chance. FM23 was just too easy. If you had 3 good tactics, FM23 was too easy. FM22 was much more subtle and gave you a chance. This isn't giving you a chance. It's doing whatever it wants to do. So let's go to key highlights, because we don't need to see all this nonsense. And we don't need to see their replay. We just need to find out where we're going to be, how long it is before we face the sack. Let's demand more. It's pretty much done, Andy, I think. We are doomed. I think there's only me and you left now, is there? Nobody else has stayed. Nobody can bear to watch it. No, I'm not going to say. I'm going to say you've been terrible. And they have. It's a case of, when are we going to face the sack? When are we getting the messages? Down to 15th now. I think I should just keep playing until I win a game. That could be like about 3 weeks. It's substitution time. We're not getting hammered though, are we? You see, that's better. See, even that's playing up. Look, 6.3. Silly game. Langstaff comes on again. Bavage comes on again because those 2 are rubbish. Fitzgerald is an absolute mess. And who else is a nightmare? Josh Robinson is frustrated. You're not the only one, son. It's the forwards. You're going to have a word with the forwards. Bolter's rubbish. If the forwards aren't scoring goals, we ain't winning matches. So there's no good being frustrated. You've got to get them to score goals. Have we scored a goal in this episode so far? I don't think we've scored a goal, have we? We might have got one against Millwall. Did we draw 1-1 against Millwall? And that was it. Come on, are we going to steal this? Are you going to let us steal a draw here? I know we got a draw against Sheffield United, didn't we? It might not be so bad. Just looks horrible. Oh dear. Yeah, we had a couple of offside ones. Just like he just stopped. Go on, here you go. Goalkeeper's not there, so here you are. Who was that? Was that Stephen Jones again? Or was Josh? It was Robinson. Oh, we're getting tanked now. Boy. I don't think this tactic's working, Andy. It's just like I'm not seeing any attacking. It's an attacking tactic, but I'm not seeing them doing any attacking. I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe because the wingers are on support and being pressed back. There's nothing really in midfield. There's a box to box, but he's going to be more defensively. There's just no attacking stuff. We're not like, we don't look like we can attack. Oh yeah, that's gonna. I knew that was going to upset them. It's lower morale as well. It just doesn't look like we know how to attack. We look at the familiarity is good. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. 5 unhappy players at the club. Langstaff feels there's a lack of quality of depth on the right of midfield. I know there is. So the squad are going to be coming to me in a minute and saying you've got nothing on the right of midfield. Absolutely no. But there's nothing I can do about that. When's the next one? Some of these players, like, I don't know what to do. I mean, you're telling me just go with the same team, but they are playing so bad. Let's try that one then. Got another unhappy player here. Who is he? Roberto Fernandez. Oh, God. No, it's not happening. So we got to play him then. But let's face it, he can't do any worse than Beck. Beck has been an absolute shambles. So he goes in instead of Beck now. So we'll look at what's actually happened since we've come back. We had a really good start, and then 2-2. We did score 2 goals against Millwall. Lost 1-0, lost 3-0, drew 1-1. It looks really bad. Yeah, I think you probably just got lucky, Andy. There's just no... it doesn't look like it can attack to me. And if you look at the tactic, you've got 2 up front and they're totally on their own. And look at these 2. They're totally on their own. The Mazzala's going to go out here. He's going to be supporting the defensive winger mostly, who's down here. So the Mazzala's not actually going to be doing much. But that's it. Even if he does manage to get out here, that's it. They're not going to break open defences. You've got defensive wingers who are not going forward very much. It's just all defensive, and I don't know. It doesn't look like they can create chances to me. I might be wrong. It might be just the game playing silly buggers. But it doesn't look to me like they can. For all its attacking. And there's also, if you're going to have an attacking tactic, there's got to be more players on an attack duty. You've only got 3 players on an attack duty. Needs to be 4, at least, on an attack duty. Those 3 are not going to cut it by themselves. And the Mazzala's going to be supporting the defensive winger mostly anyway, not attacking. Well, we'll keep going. See if it turns it around for us. Oh, God. It's this thing again, isn't it? Must remember to change that one when it's not in a match. I mean, in all fairness, I'm not helping because I'm just refusing to do anything. I'm refusing to manage the team in game. And I'm really just seeing if we can recreate you being top of the league, but that's not going to happen. They just don't look like they can attack. There we are, we're a goal down already inside a minute. It's Millwall again. We're not very good against Millwall. Let's berate them, because I'm getting tired of them now. We're quite high up the pitch, but we're being exploited, aren't we, down the flanks? I think the only thing I can do, Andy, is change it, because I am going to get sacked very soon. But I can't actually change it because I don't have a right winger anyway. So it's going to be difficult to change it unless I go to the Alonso style one. No, we said you're going to play your tactic, Andy. We're not going to change it. We're going with it. I just don't know why the game won't find me a right winger. My scouts have found pretty much every other position, but they can't find a right winger. And then when we do manage to find one, which I found myself, the game said, no, you can't have him. It's like, why? Yeah, it's now saying you're better off playing Connor Bradley in a familiar position. Sorry, I don't have anyone else. Well, we've taken the lead. Can we hang on to it is the question. The game may well have flicked the switch now. We're back in attacking mode. Four shots, 4 on target. There's a switch being flicked somewhere. Looked like 2 penalties there, referee. Oh my gosh. Well caught out at the back there. Well, don't worry, because we've got 4 shots, 4 on target, so... And I'm pretty sure there were 2 penalties that could have been given in the penalty area before that happened. I don't want to see that debacle again. Actually, they've got 4 with 2 on target, but again, we're the better team. 70% of the possession, 4 and 4. It's going to be an 8-7 game, is it? Look how tired they are, but that never seems to matter, how tired the opposition get. They could play if they had nothing in their hearts there. They could still play really well, but the minute we get tired, players start to do all sorts of really weird things. But we are actually far from looking tired, and they're like out of it. But we still can't beat teams who are exhausted. It's really weird how this game works. 7 shots, 6 on target, and we still can't win a game. Shots are starting to go off target now. Okay. Okay, time to think about getting some of these nutters off. Corness is poor. Robinson is poor. Bradley is poor. Alright, let's go and get all those idiots off the pitch. Goalkeeper again. Hey Milan, how you doing? You've never played FM? Wow, that's interesting. So Bradley, let's play Mason Clark as the winger. Fernandez is an absolute nightmare. We haven't played him, have we, David Vibora? Corness, terrible. Who else? Josh Robinson's having a very bad game, isn't he? And the goalkeeper, I'm going to take the goalkeeper off. He's like continually having 6.6 against his name. Lukic can get 6.5s and 6.6s as well, so give him a go at it. It's another draw, is it? 16th. Oh my gosh, it's not looking very good. Let's berate them. I mean, look at this. The opposition can barely stand up, and I don't know how to beat teams who are in wheelchairs, basically. It doesn't seem to matter to the opposition. Go on, somebody. Oh. Okay, this team is not very good. So I'm going to put a different team in for the next game, because this team is terrible. We'll give the reserves a shot at 4 games. Louis Barry and Stutter are absolutely dreadful. Pretty sure Langstaff and Bavage can't do any worse. Let's give the other lot a few games. Or maybe not, because we might have just stolen this one right at the death. Maybe not. Stutters. Oh no, come on, FM. Disallowed. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Yeah. What a dreadful thing to do. All right, okay. When's the next one? God, this is glitch. Get something else. I thought we were going to win all these games before I declared it before. I said, looking at these fixtures, we're going to win. We're going to get off to a good start. We've lost everything. In fact, we haven't won a game today. And I said that a couple of episodes ago, and we managed to rescue it before the episode finished. Can we do it? We're going to have to beat Hull. Otherwise, this will be the first time I've never won a game in an episode. Oh boy. We don't need to rest them. That's looking really bad. We haven't had any injuries though. Wonder why it's not giving me any injuries. Ah, stop it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to change the team. Stutter's doing okay. Louis Barry is absolutely shocking. Let's put Langstaff in there. Goalkeeper, 6.55. He's got to go. Lukic is doing okay. And defenders, none of them are doing very well. But then I can understand because they're really isolated. But who do we have as a centre? I don't have many central defenders either. That's why I'm not getting any injuries. Mengi can come in. Robinson's been terrible. So Robinson on the bench. I need to sort this bench out. Beck for Fernandez. He's rubbish. He's not taking to that position at all, so Mason Clark comes in there. Corness can't play as a ball winner. He can't tackle. He's got no aggression. And Corness is probably better as a Mazzala. He's a creative player. So who else is in midfield that deserves a chance? Nobody. We don't have anybody. Okay. And Stutter and Langstaff, we've done that. Give somebody else a go. But I need to sort this bench out. It's a real mess. So Christine here. Where's my right? Connor Bradley. The central defender. Robinson. And then the midfielders. Piet Harris. Oh, we could play Piet Harris, couldn't we? Give him a run out. And then Undor as the midfielders with Louis Barry, Kayla Vibora. No, we don't need another winger there. I can't do that, no, can I? There's nothing I can do about that. Let's put Kumozo in for Undor. Are we going to go the whole episode? It's a good question, Milan. And if you'd asked me 2 years ago, I'd have said that FM was the greatest game that I've ever seen in my life. Since 22, though, it's just Bournemouth job interview. No, we don't want. What is he doing? No, we don't want to be inviting. I'm going to go to this interview. Bournemouth. let's get going. You have only managed one team throw. Is this? I've shown. Most people would agree. I've done to me a certain Malay has crept into your squad and players don't look happy. Why have you allowed that to happen? I blame Andy. Unless the players are lying to me, I don't believe things are as bad as most people think. Yeah, well, let's go with that one. To say you haven't done a great job with the media. And the media should be the least of my concerns. If you found it hard to control your club's finances because the club are stingy. Let's make a promise. Club are looking to hire a manager comfortable working. I'll do the right thing. What sort of budget? I don't need any. So no budget will be required. Yep, very happy. I have the ability to surpass expectations. Yeah, that's realistic. I'd be happy to work with the yep, no problem. Not that I can think of. Why are Bournemouth coming in with I don't for a minute think that we're going to get that job, because why would Bournemouth come in for a manager A, who's not keeping his squad together, and B, is in the worst run of his career? Again, it's something that the game is not. Could maybe try putting Bradley instead of Fitzgerald at the back. Bradley's a right fullback. This is the problem that I have. You want to put him at the back? Where's Fitzgerald? Bradley. Connor Bradley. No, he can't play there. I could try Stutter there. I need somebody who can tackle, and we don't have anybody. I mean, you've got. I might have to change the role. Let's change the role to an anchor. Let's just have him sit there. He doesn't have to tackle them. He can just sit there and just try and help the defense, because we don't have a ball winner, which is quite interesting, because the team that I actually built up was built on passers. They needed to be able to tackle. Oh, what should I do? The Bournemouth didn't take very long. That's what the game is up to. It wants me to move from Notts County. Where are they in the league? They're probably right down the bottom, are they? No, they're in 15th. Okay, we have a dilemma, boys. What should I do? Should we move to Bournemouth or keep going with this Notts County experiment? Move to the south coast, Andy is saying. I mean, this is an absolute nightmare. I mean, how we are going to be allowed... Like I was just saying, it's really odd that Bournemouth even invited me for an interview after this. And then took, like, what, 2 days to make up their mind? Where was the interview? The interview was it was 1 day ago. Have you ever seen that before? And then after 1 day, they like, if we look at what's my 7,500, they are offering 23,000. Leap up to the Premier League. I don't know. What do we do? What do we do, guys? I suppose what we have to do is... Maybe, Andy. Be interesting. What are Bournemouth? What do they play? I think they... Where's their tactics? 4-4-2. Oh, I have a good 4-4-2. Lump it up the pitch, it's called. That might work. We have a 4-4-2. Lump it up the pitch. Why are they not playing very well, though? I could actually go back to using the 4-1-2-2-1 because they will have right wingers. But they are in really poor form, I think. This is really interesting. They've only played 3 games in the Premier League, and they've drawn 2 of them, and the manager's got sacked. They have Alex Scott. Is he good? Is he good, Milan? Try the Alonso tactic at Bournemouth. That's a 3 at the back, and they've got wingers. I'd have to get rid of the wingers. But this is interesting. What's happened to the manager then? He left. He just left. He probably got another job. And he's only been in charge for 3 days. So he's left. When did he leave? It doesn't say. A date left, 22nd of August. Where are we now? He left a day ago. The manager left his job. No, 3 days ago. He left his job 3 days ago. Bournemouth have not hung about here, have they? 2 cup wins. He had to get scooped up by someone. I mean, this is really bonkers. This really makes it. This is absolutely bonkers because nobody is going to hire a manager within 3 days. Especially one that's lost all his games apart from one in the Championship and is now planning to move up to the Prem. He'll move to FCB and then Notts will get a tycoon. Yeah, wouldn't that be just the way, Andy? So did he have 2 cup wins, did he? Yeah, 2 cup wins. That's interesting. He won... Oh no, they're ages ago. Oh no, wait a minute. He won the Europa Conference League with Bournemouth. Yeah, he was snapped up for winning the Europa Conference League, wasn't he? But it's the speed at which they've acted. I mean, I've got good form. We won the title in League 2. We won the title in League 1 and finished 9th in the Championship. That's good form. But what shall we do, boys? What shall we do? Shall we go to Bournemouth? Because let's face it, Notts County are going nowhere at this point in time. I know we can play the 4-1-2-2-1 at Bournemouth, and we'll get Bournemouth into the Europa Conference League again. 15th to 7th easy at this time in the season. What do you think? We've even got some time left. They've got a transfer budget of 13.5 million. We've even got 6 days left in the transfer window. So yes, yeah. What do you guys reckon? Yes or no? Andy, I think, is saying yes. Milan is saying yes. Run both saves at the same time. That's a thought. Well, I always actually, if I move to a different club, I always save the save before, because you never know when you're going to want to go back to it. So that is an option. Eric's saying he would move personally. Andy is saying yes. Both Andys are saying yes. I think it's a yes, isn't it? Notts County, absolutely shocking, going nowhere. And meet you on the pier for an ice cream. You've got to be able to do better than that, Andy. So let's start negotiating with them. Not too happy with the wage. 23,000 for a man of my caliber. So Well, let's have a look what their expectations are first. Be competitive. Oh, they're in the Europa League, are they? Well, that'd be interesting. Let's win the Europa League. Become an established Premier League. Be competitive. Where's the Premier League then? It doesn't say anything about the Premier League. Be competitive in the cups. There's nothing about the Premier League. Just become established in the Premier League. Mid-table, that will do it. Yeah, just become established. That'll do it. Well, they're in 15th. We should be able to do that. So let's see if we can't dab this up a little bit. Let's go 27.5. Let's give that a shot. 25. I'm sure you can do a little bit better than that, can you? 26. Nice one. 26,000. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it'll get me some KFCs. So we have accepted the job from Bournemouth. And here we are at Bournemouth, in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. And yes, I can agree with that. It probably would. The Bournemouth fans are probably thinking, what is going on here? Gerhard Struber was considered to be the favourite, but it's unclear whether the club favoured Oldman all along. Does it say why? Needs to hit the ground running. But yeah, this, I think, see, 4-3-3, nah. No, we're not doing any 4-3-3s. Play possession, football, attack. This is what I do. That's why they've put me in here. That's what I do. They know that. So what we've got to do is immediately go here. And we've got to go and do the... we've got to establish ourselves. We've got to use this one. Wait, where's the rest of the team? See, they don't look bad to me. No, it's not Brooks, is it? Interesting decision we've made there. And we take those off, of course. We do... That's quite right. We're going to bring that down. Underlap on the left. Dribble less. That should do it. I would say that is a Europa League tactic. So let's have a look at their schedule. I'll keep looking at the top for it. So they only lost 1-0 to Manchester City. Drew 0-0 with Norwich. That's a poor result. That's a poor result against Brentford. Leeds coming up in a few days' time. He needs to rest. He needs to rest. He's injured, actually. But he needs to rest. Oh, I think happier now, a new challenge. I was not looking forward to that Notts County. I just still don't understand where that has come from. I think we should go and play one game against Leeds. And we won't be playing positive. We'll be playing balanced away. And we will... Yeah, we'll confirm all that. Stuff. Are you having a laugh? I think we probably David Brooks wants to leave. Wants a new contract. He's a decent squad player, isn't he? Wants to move. Billing. He's quite old now. You want to move? We'll transfer list you then. He is transfer listed. Nobody wants to buy him. And just have a quick look at the money. 13 million left, but they're over budget. Not by much though. So we make a little adjustment there. That's better. Now we got a bit of wages to play with. We've got a bit of money to play with. And there's 6 days left in the transfer window. So I think I should have a look at their scouting before we play the next game. There's not much going on here. Still not much going on here. Where are all their scouted players? The scouts have not been very busy. So we don't have much to actually play with. Except I do happen to know that there are players up for loan. Manchester United have got players up for loan. I could go to my director of football, but I need to know what positions I'm looking for. Transfers. Let's just say we want a striker. Yeah, there's tons of players that he can... Look at the price of them, though. I think we're... But I don't know what we want. Goalkeepers. Got a good goalkeeper. One good, yeah, right backs were pretty good. Left backs not so good. 2 very good central defenders and lots... 3 pretty good central defenders and lots of A and others. It's in midfield that we might be struggling. We have Alex Scott, who can play as the DLP. Can tackle. And marking is okay and can pass the ball. So he can play as the DLP. That's okay. Need another midfielder. So it's Scott here. Tyler Adams. It's in midfield that they're lacking. They don't have much depth in midfield. On the left wing, plenty. 2 good ones, 1 not so bad. Alex Scott again and Traore. So Romain, he might be the man. It's in midfield and possibly a striker. Clivert is the best one of the bunch. So striker and a really good midfielder. That's what we're after. If we can find them. Igor Thiago. Who is Igor Thiago? It's kind of cheating though, isn't it? Because it's like no results found. Thiago. Igor Thiago. Nothing, no results found. Interesting. So kind of a different challenge now. Definitely need a midfielder or 2 and a striker. But yeah, we could get this team back to glory. We could get this team up here. Arsenal, Aston Villa. There's only 3 games gone. This is early doors, yeah. Okay, good. Another challenge. I'm going to call it a day there. I think that came in the nick of time. We were really stuck at Notts County. I was really struggling to think, what can we do? Tiago. No Igor or Tiago either. Nothing coming up. It could be that because I don't have... There's not a huge database loaded up here. It might be the database is too small for it. Well, we'll do this. We'll get this. We don't want to mess with the captains. There is no reason to mess with the captains. Yeah, absolutely no reason. Yeah, well, it was going nowhere, Andy. It was going nowhere fast, and I was so frustrated with the fact that we were stuck. And what I'm actually really puzzled about is that I think the game has realised that Notts County were stuck. That there was nothing, they weren't going anywhere. And instead of addressing the fact that we might be able to sell a player or two, it just thought, well, he's stuck now, so we'll give him an offer. And I have never seen, in all my days playing FM, and I've been playing FM for 15 years now, I have never seen a club hire a manager within 3 days of the manager leaving. I've never seen that before, ever. And I don't think it's ever happened in real life, has it? That is the strangest thing. That is the very strangest thing. We'll sort this team out. We'll get a good midfielder in. I'm pretty sure we'll find a good midfielder. And we'll get a striker in. We've got enough money to play with now. We should be able to do well with that. And I don't think they've got any loans in here, have they? No, there's no... Yeah, just one. Robert Wagner is the only loan that they've got, centre mid. So he should be actually up playing in the first team, that boy. Actually thinking about it. He should be in the first team. That's probably why they're not doing so well. And he shouldn't be the forward at the moment. It should be... Where's he gone? Clivert. Yeah, we don't want Clivert on the wing. We've got other boys who can play on the wing. So that's a better looking team. Yeah, okay, so that's that then. Yeah, I know, it's very strange, Andy. It's very, very strange. And I don't know why that's happened. What I do know is that this game it's not the game that it used to be. Yeah, I've got guys, if that is going to be a series every Saturday for a while. I've got two coming in. I've got two in. I'm doing Stefan's at the moment, and I'm doing I've got another one come in from somebody called Nikolai, I think his name is. So that's 2 weeks done. If you guys want your tactics tested, then send them in. And I think it's going to be really interesting. I don't think that there's going to be one tactic that's actually going to dominate. I don't think you can do that anymore, and I think there's a lot of luck going to be in it. Stefan's is just behind yours, Andy, at the moment. Not far behind, but just behind. Didn't have such a good time with Brighton. But yours did okay because you were just like outrageously attacking. And that actually that actually helped you, the fact that you were attacking. So yeah, we're still doing the testing tactics. And we'll probably still do the transfer windows in the live stream. So when we come to a transfer window, you guys can download it and do the transfer window in the summer. So we'll keep doing that. But I think what we'll do is we have to play within the tactic that we're playing with. So the transfer window, you don't change the tactic. You're working on a one defender tactic. Oh my God. I've seen 2 defender tactics which have worked, but I've never seen a 1. I did actually do... What was my tactic that I came up with that was the earliest playable tactic on FM? What was that? It was a 2-2-6, wasn't it? A 2-2-6? Or was it a 2-3-5? I can't remember now. So that worked. Just... So yeah, we'll call it a day here, and we'll be up and running with Bournemouth in the next episode. Means I need to do a new thumbnail now for Bournemouth. But in a way, the available job, Notts County. In a way, I'm happy because Notts County was done. We did extremely well to get where we got. We did it with the 4-1-2-2-1. Now we'll go back to the 4-1-2-2-1 with Bournemouth. And the secret, it's not the formation. I think that once you do this, take those out, that's it. You've got a good tactic. That's all that it takes in this year's game. Because none of this team is not going to be good enough to be running all over the pitch, pressing. It's not even going to be good enough to counter-attack. Probably doesn't have the vision or the passing or the pace, the aggression, the acceleration to be counter-attacking. Take them off and you'll do okay. It's called counter-attack or sack. I think your tactics, I don't know how to handle your tactics, Candy. But we will get Bournemouth into Europe this season. Pretty sure of that. Looking at the teams above us, no problem. And it will be just by not counter-attacking and not counter-pressing. I'll be very surprised if we are not in 7th or 8th, claiming at least the lowest end. I think that part of what we have to do is to reach... Yeah, we have to... Another 4. It doesn't say what we have to do in terms of the Europa League. We don't have to reach Europe, but I want to, even if it's just the conference. Okay, so we will go back to being a more solid team for Bournemouth. And I'm going to go and set some scouting up over the next day or so. And we'll see you all in the next one, which will be on Tuesday. But it won't be Notts County. It will be Bournemouth. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. See you soon.